A sudden announcement regarding an Ebola outbreak in East and Central Africa. So the World Health Organization, that is WHO, it may declare the rare strain of the virus, which is Ebola, which lacks approved treatments or vaccines, an emergency of international concerns after cases zimerise pale DRC, that is the Democratic Republic of Congo, na Uganda. Your situation may escalate globally when the US Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, alisema the #1 priority of our foreign policy is to protect the American people. We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States. But then, kulikuwa na a plan kuleta asymptomatic Americans exposed to the virus to a newly planned 50-bed quarantine facility at the Laikipia Air Base, pale Nanyuki, Kenya, rather than kuwapeleka back home in the United States. Ngori. Hii move, wacha nikuambie, imetrigger instant domestic pushback with the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, yani mbogi yote, fiercely condemning the deal. Wakisema Kenya is a sovereign nation and not a dumping ground or containment colony for foreign health risks. On 28th May, Marco Rubio alikuwa na a call na President Ruto, where the US pledged 13.5 million, that is around 1.7 billion Kenya shillings, to Kenya's medical preparedness efforts. However, the State Department simultaneously clarified that its course stance, noting that Washington's absolute highest priority is to safeguard the health of the American people and keep the lethal pathogen entirely off UF soil. Hey. Alafu, responding to urgent petitions filed by the Law Society of Kenya and the Katiba Institute over a complete lack of public participation kuhusu hii story, High Court iliingia kapao. Judge Patricia Nyaundi alisema, no, we have to block this to protect the people. The court issued provisional conservatory orders to halt the opening and operationalization of any US-managed Ebola facility, temporarily barring the state from admitting or transferring any individual exposed to the virus into Kenyan territories until full inter-parties hearings commence. Foreign Affairs CS Musalia Mudavadi, wakati wa Foreign Affairs Staff Wellness Day, alisema high-level consultations ambazo zina involve the president, development partners na the United Nations zimeanzishwa to review how prepared Kenya is for Ebola.
Last night alone, the president of Kenya had to convene an update session with key development partners and the international community and the UN because of the threat of Ebola, and to see how, again, we can collaboratively work with the international community to protect Kenya, but also to be a responsible member of the international community.
Hizi ni zile naona nikicomment ninaweza ingizwa kwa ngori. Wacha nitangangana hapa kushika mdomo yangu. But I can only hope and pray. Please, let us avoid anything that is going to risk the lives of Kenyans. Hivyo tu. Haijafika huku na isifike. Hatutaki kurudi 2020. Hata hiyo mwaka ili exist kwetu. Tulitoka 2019 tukaruka 2022. 21 na 22 zilikuwa ngori. We do not want to get to any situation like that. Please, our leaders, please, we beg. Protect our country in the easiest and best way possible. Only if you still have us in your minds. Haya.